On 9/11, I was in Los Angeles. I remember getting a phone call from one of the guys from NSYNC, actually Lance Bass, and he hit me to ask me where I was, basically. And I was like, I'm in LA and we're getting ready for such and such. And I remember it was the Latin Grammys that were coming up and we were so excited. And he was like, I'm just making sure you're all right. And then he told me, there's not a plane in the sky. And I looked up and I was like, weird. And then I turned on the news and I think my heart flew into my throat. I was just really terrified at that time and just wondering what was going on, what was happening. I remember what was going through my head was just the people in the towers and on the plane, like how scared they were, just those last moments. And it was just so heartbreaking to watch. I think that moment in time just kind of stood still for a second, and it just paralyzed us all, really. When you think about it, when you think about the families that were affected, and so many people were affected. I mean, New York City affected. And we all were just talking about everything that happened. And we were all really affected by it and just saying where we were, how we were talking to friends, how it was so many close encounters, you know, to whether it was flying into New York or having friends fly from somewhere else. And it was just so much that happened. Like, I remember even having a friend that went down to the Twin Towers earlier and then left, and then everything happened. It was just so many close encounters that people had, and we just talked about that. I remember Destiny's Child was asked to do so many different concerts, and we probably said yes to all of them. We just wanted to be involved however we could, whether it was giving money or it was putting on a concert. We just wanted to help. The energy was actually really good. Like when I remember singing Survivor, and I remember having the whole medley. Destiny's Child, I remember Survivor was just doing so well. And we were trying to find reasons to just be like, oh, I'm a survivor. And then when we started to think about how New York City just came together to help each other, and how one thing that we all have in common is a heart. And the way we witnessed everybody's hearts helping each other and wanting the betterment of each other was just so beautiful to watch. And we thought about that, and that being the triumph moment, you know. Survivor was happy and sad at the same time. You know what I mean? Because you do celebrate those people that survive, and you just think about those families that lost their loved ones at the same time, too. And we wanted to do something from our hearts and just bring some sort of peace in. And for us, like, peace is our faith in God. And we sang a hymn. And I think we sang Amazing Grace. And it was awesome. It was so awesome. And there were tears, but there was also a presence that was there that was so nice, and everybody felt it. It was such a bonding moment, you know. It was very powerful. Music is awesome, and it is such a healer. And you think about the fact that songs can lighten the mood in less than seconds, and, you know, even make you think. Period. I know Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life does that for me. But I think that in that moment, you have the responsibility to make people smile, you know, some kind of way. And you want to bring joy in and open that door of light to where people still realize, like, I'm here, and oh gosh, that's so hard. That was such a hard time. You almost feel like it was yesterday. It's weird. Yeah. I just haven't thought about it in forever, that when you really think about it, you think about how amazing we can be as people when tragedy does happen. And like I said, how we're all linked together through our hearts. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs to be nurtured. Everybody hurts Everybody feels pain, and that day I think that we all felt the same pain. We felt the same sadness. We felt the same loss. It didn't matter who you were, and we all wanted to help each other. And I think that was the most beautiful part that came out of it all, is to see how human we are. Well, we always rise. It was really beautiful to see us as people rise and just come together.